Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Disney Magic Podcast. I'm, of course, Zach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're all doing well. This one, we're on our own this week. It's solo, and for a good reason. For a good reason. This is more so in tune for me, for what I've got planned for my trip this year. Um, a breakdown as such, a breakdown. And let me just sort this out. I feel like I need to adjust what I'm doing. Yeah, this is essentially a breakdown of what is in store for the trip this year. Um, oh my gosh, I need to get this adjusted. There we go. That's better. All right. So yeah. So like I say, this is a breakdown of what I've got planned for the year. uh, for the trip this year, and I'm super excited, very excited because we're going to California. I Oh man, I can't wait. It's been a goal of mine to go for a long time, and I'm looking forward to experiencing as much as I can with the time that I've got. Um, Now, in terms of the time, we're going for 10 days. And I feel like that's plenty enough to do what I want to do for the first time around. Um, Realistically, I touched in lucky with a good deal, and so yeah, it's definitely a plan that I'm looking forward to fulfilling for this year. Um, it's kind of crazy. Like I've always kind of wanted to do two holidays back to back, and the fact that I'm doing this is kind of like a big thing for me. Um, I said that this like my 30s are mainly for travel. I've said that to myself, and this is going to be a big step for me, because this is the first time that I'm going to somewhere new that I've never been before. Somewhere that I've been wanting to go for a long time. It's a long flight, longer than going to like Florida, because Florida for me is like 7 hours, 7, 8 hours. This is like a 12, 13 hour flight, um, with an overlay. So it's not a direct flight. It's very exciting stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it, and I'm excited to bring y'all along with me. And in light of that, I thought it'd be cool to kind of break down kind of what the plan is, so you can get like a little insight on my yeah. So it's a plan that's in motion, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with y'all today, on this episode. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, like I say, we're going for 10 days, and it's not all specifically Disney that we are doing. Now, I do want to bring all of it to the channel this time around, because there was a few things that I did at Walt Disney World last year that were just for me. And I was like, this is a big trip for me. It's my 30th. I want to spend my birthday doing what I want to do and just enjoying it. Um, and obviously, you've got if you do want to check out the top 10 moments from my Disney trip, you can do. Some things in there didn't actually make it into a video. Like I went for a round of golf for my birthday and things like that. And I want to do just a couple of other things as well. Um, that were for me. Like there was a couple of days where I went to Disney Springs on my own without, taking the camera, and just getting some food, soaking it in, just having a grand old time. Especially coming towards the end of my trip, um, which was nice, and just having a couple of days at the pool and things like that, which is something I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this trip around, but I'll make time for it because I love a good pool. I love lounging around especially on holiday. Lounging around on holiday is always a good thing. For me, I like to just relax, take my time. Um, and one thing that's different about this trip as well is we're going in July. Um, So we're going for 10 days in July. We fly out. We're flying out in from this is where it gets strange, because we fly out from Manchester to London, and then from London over to LAX. We're checking into our hotel, which I will disclose obviously in the video. I'm not going to do that anytime soon. And then I'm going to go get dinner somewhere. I'm not sure where. Could be around, could be get takeout from somewhere, and whatnot. Just try and probably just relax by the pool and just have a good time at the hotel, explore the hotel a little bit, get familiar with the room, unpack all that good stuff. Because I will be probably absolutely shattered, because we are landing at 2:30 California time, which means it's going to be like, what time would it be here? 3, 4, 5, like 6 p.m. So it is going to be like a 12-hour flight, give or take, realistically. Um, which, long flight, but I'm looking forward to going and getting this, and going and having the time to explore. So we're staying close to Disney. That is, we're staying at a hotel close to Disney, which I'm looking forward to. It's about a 15-20 minute walk from Disney, from Disneyland. But there are some things around that I do want to do as well, in terms of in the area and outside of the area, going towards like Hollywood Way, and all that kind of stuff. So, and a little bit further out from Disney, and I'll explain that as we're going along as well. Um, so yeah, the first day is more or less just travel, getting accustomed to the room, the hotel, checking in, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. And then yeah, so that's our first day. The second day is more or less just a chill day as well. I want to take a trip to Target, get some bits and bobs, get some snacks, get some drinks, fill up that beverage cooler in the hotel, and just be able save a bit of cash in terms of like going to the parks, and you know all that kind of stuff. And I feel like if it'd be easier to do that, to get things from Target and everything like that. Because this time around, I don't have like a dining voucher or anything. You don't get that included with like Disneyland, from what I can see. So it's going to be more or less. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's going to be a bit more cash out of pocket. So I want to try and avoid that as much as possible. So I'm going to be strategic with it. Go to Target, get some stuff from Target, drinks, snacks, etc. Yada yada yada. And then the rest of the day is I'm going to do some resort hopping around the Disney hotels. I want to go see the Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Californian, and Pixar Place. Probably in that order. Go see the Disneyland Hotel first, the Grand Californian, and then later on in the evening, Pixar Place, because I do want to see Joe Gardner playing the piano at Pixar Place. I feel like that would be a fantastic end to the day, and be able to see that and just be beautiful, just enjoy that kind of like moment, little bit of resort hopping, get some food while I'm around in one of the hotels, and all that kind of stuff. Which I'm looking forward to doing, and just experiencing those hotels as well, because they're all, especially the Disneyland Hotel and the Grand California, they're like your deluxe ones. They're like your big ones. So I'm looking forward to experiencing those. I've seen them in videos, but to see it with your own eyes just doesn't do it justice. You need to see it with your own eyes. Um, Pixar Place is, when that first opened, I was like, yes, they've got a hotel accustomed to Pixar, which is very, very cool. They don't have that over at Disney World. So being able to explore and see and have a live performer of Joe Gardner playing the piano, like jazz and all that kind of stuff, like that's right up my alley. I look forward to that. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well. So yeah, definitely. And then the next day is we're gonna be doing Disneyland. Disneyland for 2 days, I believe. I think that's going to be the plan for me, to do Disneyland 2 days. I've been told these are the quieter days that I'm doing. Um, and so I'm looking forward to doing that. I really, really am. I'm looking forward to stepping foot in the original park and just basking in the glory of just being in the original concept, the original park, seeing all of these hidden history moments that I've seen in videos for years and years, and just being able to explore and just be able to see, hopefully bump into a few people, vloggers wise and stuff like that. But when I do go in July, it is going to be the 70th of Disneyland, so there's going to be a lot of things happening in the park that are limited time runs and stuff like that. So I've kind of touched in lucky with that as well, I believe. For my own personal opinion, I did want to go in July, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it is a year-long thing, and so with that, there's a few things that I do want to do. The new wall animatronic is going to be there. I assume there's going to be some new food and drink items and stuff like that. I'm hoping that some vloggers will be there. I'm hoping, to celebrate the 70th in July. Now I'm not going for the anniversary of the park. I'm not, because I'm still in work, but I'm going the first full week of work that I'm off, like that first week, and I'm there for 10 days, like I said. So I'm looking forward to doing 2 days in Disneyland. Um and then I'm looking forward to also doing um just experiencing it. I really, really, I just can't wait to do it. I just can't wait to experience Disneyland. I can't. It's going to be insanely cool. It's like going to be like a dream come true. It really, really is. But yeah, it's going to be insane. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then moving on to the next day, we are going to be going to the Warner Brothers tour. Now, this is something I have seen in videos and something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Like, there are a lot of shows there that I want to go and see the sets of. Now, I'm going to put this out there. I'm not a huge fan of Friends, but I understand the mass popularity of Friends. That's there. I want to go see the Friends set. Big Bang Theory was filmed there. I want to go see Big Bang Theory, the Big Bang Theory set. I think it's Sheldon's apartment that's there. Sheldon Leonard's apartment. Which later on became Leonard and Penny's, because they did the old swap to Ruski. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that and just being able to see some movie magic. That's my type of thing. I love seeing how things work in media and seeing how things work. And I'm a big fan of like editing and things like that. I've stated that many to many times. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this works and how it all looks, and I'm looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun, I feel. Yeah. And then the next day after that, we are going to Knott's Berry Farm. Now, Knott's Berry Farm, I didn't even know was a place until recently. I knew it was a place. I knew it was a theme park, but I didn't know how much I wanted to go. Now, I did swap this out with Universal. I've never been to a Universal park, but I am holding off until I get to go to Epic Universe, and I feel like that'd be the best place to start and have all three of those all together, in Orlando. So I'm going to hold fire on Universal for the time being, but Knott's Berry Farm looks so good. There's a part of the area, part of the park that's all Western themed, and like it's called the Ghost Town. That's right up my alley. I love anything pirates or cowboys. That's like one of my things that I really enjoy. Excuse me. And so I am looking forward to being able to explore that and being able to see that. Now, granted, I don't think I'll do any of the roller coasters because they all look terrifying for me personally. But I'll do dark rides. I'll do the train ride. I'll just explore, and it's probably going to be like a half day thing for me, Knott's Berry. So I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do for that evening of Knott's Berry, the day that I've got planned. I don't know what I'm going to do for the evening. Maybe I'll just peruse and just explore and just have a nice evening. Maybe go get some drinks in some bar or something. I don't know what. I'll figure it out. Figure it out. But anyhow, that's the plan for that. Knott's Farm. Looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Um, it looks really good, and we did a ride through of the Rio Grande over on Signs. It was a live stream, like train ride, like ride through. It looked like a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. So I wholeheartedly think I would enjoy that park, especially like the atmosphere of like certain areas. So I'm going to go and explore that because it's nowhere else in the world. It's nowhere else in America. I don't believe there might be, but this is like the California one. So this is like a unique experience, and I want to go and experience it. Um, and then the next day after Knott's Berry Farm, we are going to be doing DCA. Now, DCA, there is legit probably one place I want to go to DCA, and it's going to be more or less the only place I will spend the majority of my time. Kind of like I did Animal Kingdom in Pandora, it is going to be Cars Land. Now, I love the Cars movies, except for the second one that can go die in a hole. But I love Cars, the movie, the franchise. Um, the first and the third one are so good, and just being able to step foot in Radiator Springs is like insanely cool, and it looks so freaking cool, man. Like it looks insane. It looks so good. Radiator Springs, racers, and just the rides in there. There's not many rides, but the rides look good. They look really, really good. So I'm looking forward to riding that. I'm looking forward to exploring that. I'm looking forward to exploring DCA as well in general a little bit. I know it gets a little bit of stick, but it might change my mind when I'm actually there. Um, I mean, the boardwalk area looks nice, and the Buena Vista Street looks nice as well, where like the Carthay Circle is and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks nice. It looks nice. I'm looking forward to exploring it and seeing what it looks like in person. Again, videos don't really do it justice unless you see it with your own eyes. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And yeah, so that is the goal for the day after Nuts. Now the day after DCA is kind of like a tourist edition of Disney Magic Zach. We're going to be going exploring Hollywood potentially. Um, you know, plans permitted with a couple of people. It depends if Jay and Steve are coming down. Hopefully they can. And Steve has offered to take me to all the sites of like Hollywood and take me to some like filming locations and like the Hollywood sign, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, blah 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 blah. All those kind of like touristy places that you want to see when you're in Hollywood, and I want to see it because it's my first time there. I'm looking forward to doing that for the first, like kind of like a one and done. I mean, once you've seen it, you've seen it, but like I really want to go and see it and just say yes, I've done it. That'd be cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I feel like that's an all day thing. So I mean, we're going to be out all day doing that. So a lot of filming, hopefully, and obviously plans permitted with Steve and Jay. But yeah, definitely something I do want to do. Definitely. So the next day after that, we are going to go and play a round of golf. Now, I need to play golf wherever I go. Like, I really want to play golf no matter where I go, at least once. I feel like that has to be a staple for me. I feel like that has to be it has to be part of the deal. It has to be part of the package. In terms of courses wise, I'm not entirely sure what's around, which courses are recommended. Again, it's one of those things. Hopefully, Steve can come because Steve plays golf as well a little bit. So he knows all the courses around the area. So recommended, and fingers crossed that he can come, and we can set up a day where we can go play a round of golf and have a good time. I do want to record the round of golf, so fingers crossed that it all goes well, and fingers crossed that we can. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if we could. It'd be cool if we could. Most definitely. Most definitely. But I do want to play a round of golf. I do want to start looking at golf courses and seeing which ones appeal to me the most, in the area of like Anaheim and all that kind of like surrounding area, um, that is, affordable and quite, looks nice, and accommodating and stuff like that. Um, yeah. And then the next day, hopefully we can potentially go to downtown Disney for a little bit of food, a little bit of merch, a little bit of shopping, all that kind of stuff. And I want to go to potentially Disneyland and pick up some more merch and stuff. Hopefully, getting squeezing those last rides of rides and things like that. Disneyland is probably the shout for the morning. And then the evening, I want to play a round of night golf. Now, this has been a big goal for me for a while, and I don't know if it's a thing in the UK. It might be, but I don't know where. I've never seen it kind of like advertised or seen anywhere. So night golf, there's a couple of courses in Cali that, again, Steve knows and recommended potentially in the area that he knows of, that he's played. And so that's something I want to do. I really want to say that I've played a round of night golf. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. It should be a lot of fun. And then that will be our last full day. That's our last full day. The day after that is flying home. Again, we fly from LA to London, and then from London up to Manchester, and your boy will be homeward bound. But yeah, this trip, man, is going to be so good. It's going to be insanely cool, and I hope it brings something for all of y'all as well. I hope you're excited as I am now that I've kind of like broke down the plans a little bit. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. Um, there are a couple of other things that I do want to do whilst I'm over there. And this will probably be like a day where I'm not doing a whole lot. Like, could be like an afternoon or an evening. Um, I want to do potentially potentially do a resort tour, or of where I'm staying, like a hotel tour. Potentially, obviously permitted if I'm allowed to, all that kind of stuff. I want to record a podcast episode while I'm over there. Again, that's another kind of like part of the plan that I always want to do. Whenever I go somewhere, I want to record an episode of the podcast. Fingers crossed, there are some places that have a studio, which would be cool. I want to record in like a proper studio. I think that'd be really cool to do. So fingers crossed that kind of again comes to fruition. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to bring all of this to y'all. Um, and it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going, like I say, it's not going to be all Disney. It's going to be like California in general, because I'm doing a lot there, and obviously because California is more the meets the eye than Disneyland. Obviously, Disneyland's the big thing for me, but there's a lot more that I want to do, and I want to kind of share that with not only you guys, but so I've got those memories as well, in terms of breaking it down and being able to share all that kind of stuff as well, and just being able to share that kind of like those memories with friends and family and stuff like that. Just have a great time, and yeah, so like I say, I'm very, very excited. There's a couple of things I am working on in terms of editing wise, which, I mean, do y'all want to see it? I mean, should we share it? Should we see it? I think it'd be cool to see it. Now, granted, this is in the mix of being sorted, um, because obviously this was made a few minutes ago, but this is just a little snippet of what I am planning for a video, for an episode, for the intro, for the podcast, for the what am I trying to say? Let me start that again. I have made this intro before I changed to go to Knott's Berry. Swapped it out with swapped it over from Universal to Knott's Berry, and I'm hoping. Obviously, this is just work in progress, but hopefully, it gets a little bit better with a bit more editing and a little bit more what I want to try and plan to do. So sit back, relax, and yeah, enjoy. And there it is. That's our intro for, well, it's a brief intro. It's a work in progress. It is a work in progress from what I've trying to muster up in the old noodle, because I love doing that type of stuff. I love editing those types of intros and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, the Mona Lisa of this year for me is this podcast intro and outro. It was so much fun to make. I absolutely loved it. I love being creative in that aspect. And the same with the vlogs that I did from Florida, like the VHS kind of style, 90s kind of like VHS was a goal of mine. And I really feel like I honed it in. I feel like I really did a good job with it. These ones still going to have that 90s kind of vibe in the intro, but it's not going to be on the video as such. It's not going to be, it'll just be little snippets. It might have a little it might have a little like template around it or something like that. Still keeping in like the vibe. I'm not sure how I'm working it, but I do have a couple of ideas on how I want to make it 90s themed without it being too hurty on the eyes. Because there were a couple of people who are like, oh, it's not ideal to watch. It hurts my eyes a little bit. So I'm like, okay, I will fix that for future reference, and hopefully we can adjust that and get it sorted um in the future. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much the goal. That's pretty much the plan. Um Again, I'm super excited to share it with y'all. I'm super excited to experience this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure, and I can't wait to bring it to y'all. But yeah, that is pretty much this episode. A little bit shorter than usual. Again, these ones usually are with like a breakdown, but it's nice to just come on, sit down, and just tell y'all the plan of what I've got planned. I like to do that not only for you but for me, so I kind of know, okay, I've got to like do the plans now. Like I've got to do the plans. Because I'm usually, if I don't say it out loud, I won't usually do it. Or if I don't note it down, I won't do it. So yeah, that's the plan for me. And I hope all of y'all are as excited as I am. Like I am super excited to bring these vlogs to y'all. Very excited to show my adventure, a Zach's eye view, as it says in the title. California, a Zach's eye view. I'm very looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Check out some other videos on the channel here from, you know, whatever I've got planned. I've got a lot I've got a lot of videos on the channel. I've got a lot more coming. So be sure to check some out. Be sure to dibble dabble. Yeah, you know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until then, much love. Have a magical day. Peace.